Hey there, it's Elizabeth and welcome back. So today, what you're looking at are all the journals from 2020. Yes, I am going to be doing the journal tag that was created by LoveLynnsLife, and it is all about journaling in the year 2020. So let's get started, shall we? Okay. Should I just go with the questions or should I explain to you what you're looking at or what? I don't really know. Anyway, these are all the journals that I used this year, or no, I'm sorry, last year in 2020. You're viewing this in January, in mid-January, so it's taken me a bit. Okay, so what I do for my journals, and there is a permanent link below as to how I create them. Not these specific journals, but the video playlist down below shows you how I normally put together my creative daily journals, how I alter composition books. Now, this year, I decided to use a set of Golden Book illustrated dictionaries. Okay, I expanded the spine to 2 inches, and I have sewn in 2 signatures in each book. All right, so at the end of the year, I have 6 journals, and that's how I do it every year, and how I have done it every year for the past several years. So if I can do this, nope. Oh, golly day. Okay, wait, let's move this way. Maybe I can show you this. Oh, gosh. Okay, there's the top. Let's get this one in the mix, okay? Oh my gosh. All right, that is my entire year of 2020. Okay, this is January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Okay, and yeah, these are all my journals for the year 2020, and I love them. Oh my gosh, I love them. I love them, love them, love them. Okay, so let's get on to the questions. All right, what was your favorite journal of the year? I'm gonna pick this one right here, which was March and April. Okay, now it's funny because, well, funny, not funny. Let's just put this down and move these aside. All right. Some of the questions have to do with the current world situation, right? And in these months here, March and April of 2020, let's get this out of the way. It's kind of like when the whole thing started, the whole pandemic started, right? So this was probably my favorite journal of the year. I think, although it is really difficult to let's get you centered up here. Okay. It's really difficult to say whether or not one of them was my favorite. It's kind of like picking a favorite child, right? Yeah, I can't do that. So I would have to say all of them, I loved all of them, right? But this one quite possibly. The year of 2020, I used a lot of tucks, tags, and pockets, okay? Which is quite possibly the first time. No, maybe I did it in 2019 as well. I'm not sure. But this year, I did use a lot of tucks, tags, and pockets. And I really enjoyed it. So yeah, this was probably my favorite journal for the year, I think. So what was your favorite page? All right, that might be back in here somewheres in April. And this is where the world events were really kicking off, okay? So, I don't know. Again, with the favorites. Oh, Lynn. Like I really love the way that this came out. You know, I enjoyed the way a lot of these came out. I love the way that this came out. They're all very different. I don't worry about matchy stuff. I just do whatever I feel I want to do on my pages, This was when I was making masks. Yeah. This was the actual pattern. It still has my pin marks in them. This is the actual pattern I used when I started making masks. This is about my son. This is about my daughter. More masks, more CDC stuff, all of that, living life online. Yeah. Just a lot, again, a lot of tucks, tags, and pockets. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. So I guess, these are some of my favorite pages. I like this one as well. Okay, so that was question number 2. Question number 3, what supplies do you love this year? Okay. Well, as you can see, I really enjoyed this year using food packaging, magazine clippings, memes from Facebook, packaging just in general, and I really enjoyed using my notepads, okay? Yeah. So, I mean, this is packaging magazine, you know? This was from Sweet Happy Mail. Memes, you know? Magazine clippings. Yeah, a lot of that kind of thing. Magazine clipping. I love using quotes, you know, all that kind of stuff. Watercolor, you know, markers, of course. I mean, so those are the kinds of supplies that I loved. I really enjoy using all of those, right? All of those. So there's that. The next question is, what supplies won't you use anymore? Well, I didn't really use any supplies that I wouldn't use again, you know? Yeah. I love using fabric. I just, you know, I love using watercolor. I love using, you know, clippings. Yeah. There is not a supply that I won't use anymore. I don't think at all. Yeah. No. Stickers, you know, just whatever I have around me is what I enjoy using. And so, yeah, there's nothing that I wouldn't use again. You know, washi tape, I mean, all those things. So, yeah, there aren't any supplies that I won't use anymore. And I'm supposing that she meant, like, did you use something that didn't work well in your book or that you had difficulty with or anything like that? And yeah, I did not. I didn't have any issues with any of the supplies that I used. Let's see. What did you learn from keeping a journal through the pandemic? Okay. Well, if we're talking about journaling, right? The pandemic did not really affect my journaling in any way, because my journals hold what is going on in my daily life. That's what my journals are for. I don't really write or go into depth about, you know, personal things or real emotional things or anything like that. The only thing that goes into this book is what I am doing on a daily basis, you know. And as far as the pandemic goes, I mean, you know, I don't really know how to explain it. It hasn't really affected me in any real way, shape, or form. I mean, you know, where I live, we have not had really strict lockdowns like I know they've had over in Europe and other places in the world. We really haven't had any of that. You know, we've been able to go to and fro and, you know, do what we need to do or really what we want to do. Of course, adhering to the rules, you know. Some people adhere to the rules. I myself adhere to the rules. Some people don't, unfortunately. I've been exposed twice already. You know, I work in a school, so that, you know, I'm around people all day. But I do my best to keep safe and secure and keep my hands washed and sanitized and wear my mask at all times and all that kind of stuff. But otherwise, the pandemic never really affected my journaling. And I didn't have too much written about it. You know, like I never kept track of the numbers. I never, kept track of any of that kind of stuff. This was kind of smack in the middle of the beginning of it. And I have a few, like the, pamphlets from the CDC coming out, social distancing stickers. I was making my own masks at that time. The Florida governor announcing things. This was about school last year, self-quarantining, that kind of thing. So I kept track slightly, but it wasn't like the, main source of my journaling or anything like that. I just, I maybe wrote a few things about it, living life online, things like that. But really in general, it didn't really affect my journaling all that much. And then the next question is, what journals are you currently using? Well, she says plural journals, and here's the thing. I only use one journal. I do not work from multiple journals. I keep one daily creative journal. You know? I mean, does that even make sense? I have 6 books at the end of the year, but at any given time, no, that's not true either. I was going to say at any given time I'm working in one book, but that's not true either. But at any rate, what journals are you currently using? I only keep one creative daily journal, if that makes sense. Okay, that's yeah. So in other words, I don't have a separate journal like for what's it called? Like, I don't have a separate Fobonichi. I don't have a separate morning pages journal. I don't have a separate gratitude journal. I don't have a separate emotional journal or like therapeutic kind of journal. You know, this is my therapy, frankly. But yeah, I keep one journal, one daily journal. That's it, that I work on throughout the year. I hope that makes sense. I don't know. I'm like talking in circles here. So this is the one that I'm currently in now, and this is my November-December 2020 book. I am still finishing it up. Of course, you're seeing this in the middle of January. I have completed it, and this beautiful book is on the shelf now with all of its friends. So yeah, that's what I'm currently using now. Well, when I'm at the filming of this video, this is the journal I'm using now. So what challenges did you face regarding journaling this year? Okay, the biggest challenge I faced, which you guys have heard over and over again, I'm sure, is me going back to work after spending 25 years at home. You know, working from home, homeschooling my children, all that kind of stuff. I decided last August, I keep forgetting we're in the new year. Last August, 2020, I went back to work after 25 years, and it was a huge adjustment, and that was the biggest challenge. And in fact, in the months of September and October, I went through a journaling slump, and it was very difficult for me to get back into it. And as a result, my September-October book is fairly bare. So yeah, that was the most challenging part of 2020, was going back to work and trying to juggle my, you know, working, getting up at 5 a.m. every morning, you know, working all day, and then coming home and maintaining my YouTube channel and my videos, and of course my journaling and all the other projects that I enjoy doing. So yeah, that was difficult to do. So let's see, the next question. What are your rough plans for 2021? Okay, where is it? All right. You guys have seen this before also. This is what I'm using now for January and February 2021. And I'll do a drive-by. I don't even know. By this time, no, you wouldn't have seen any of this. So, drive-by of my Welcome to January page. Drive by, drive by, drive by. Yep, you'll see all that in a flip through or something. Oh, and by the way, speaking of flip throughs, if you want to see what all goes on in my books, go ahead and check out my flip through playlist here on the channel. And I have flip throughs of all of my months, you know, of 2020 and beyond. So yeah, this is my rough plan. I plan on using this. Like I said before, I don't keep separate journals for separate things. I have one journal, and for 2 months, you know, and then I will make another journal like this one with 2 more months until the end of the year 2021. I will have 6 of these books holding every single day of my life during the year 2021. So that is my rough plan. It's what I do plan on doing as well is more flat journaling, right? So I'm not going to be doing tucks, tags, and pockets in here like I did the entire year 2020. I will just be doing flat journaling. So I think it was more like I'm kind of like going back to my roots, to the very beginning when I used to do the Fibonacci. It's just more flat journaling. It's not, yeah, all the fluff involved and stuff. I don't know how to explain that, but yeah, it's more like, you know, stickers and collage and then writing directly on the page, you know, which is what I hope to do. So those are my rough plans for 2021. I plan on, you know, using this book, which is an altered composition book, by the way. I expanded the spine, I sewed in 2 signatures, and the book holds just graph paper, right? It just holds graph paper, and each of the pages is a little pocket in case I want to add more information or do some secret journaling or whatever, personal journaling, I can do it in there. But otherwise, everything is going to be on just this flat journaling with some decoration, okay? So that's how that's going to go. And let's see. I think that's okay. Now we're on to the last question. So how many journals did you finish in 2020? Well, that's hard to say. Either I finished 6 books or I finished 11. No, I finished 5.5 books, or I finished, 5.5 books or 11 months of journaling. So yeah, that's how many journals I finished. Again, I do not keep multiple journals. I don't know how to explain that. Yeah, at the end of every year, I have 6 books. Each of those books holds 2 months. So if we're talking about, like I said, by like a month, I successfully completed 11 months of journaling this year, because I'm not counting October. Book-wise, I completed 5.5 altered books, in which case look like this, right? Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So did I get all of them? Yes, my favorite journal, my favorite page, supplies I loved, supplies I won't use. What did I learn? What journals are you currently using? Challenges did you face? Rough plans for 2021? And how many journals did I finish? Yep, I finished all the questions. So thank you so much, Lynn, for putting that tag out. That was fun to do. And make sure you check the links below, okay? Because I will have, hopefully, as more people do this journal tag, as long as I see it, you know, on YouTube, if I happen to see them on YouTube, I will put those links down below so that there'll be a little space that says, you know, journal, the 2020 journal tag from Lynn, and all the people that so far have done the tag. I'll try to list all of those YouTube channels. Yeah, for you guys to go see. Make sure you check out Lynn, of course, from LoveLynnsLife. And I know, obviously, she did the tag because she's the maker of it. And then I know at the time of filming, that Journal with Dolly has done hers. So I will leave those links below. And then, of course, like I said, I'll check back over the next couple of weeks and continue to put links below regarding this 2020 journal tag. So yes, I hope you enjoyed that, and thank you so much for sharing your time with me. And yeah, check out all the links, don't forget. Oh, if you like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you can get notified the next time a video comes out. And yes, I will talk to you all real soon. Have a great day, have a wonderful week. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.